It is our grand final. It is Moon versus 120. In a best of 5 for the March championship over here at Netties. And 120 is not clowning around this month. And neither is Moon. It's the never-ending battle of China versus Korea. It is also a battle of generations, as Moon, of course, is eternal. And 120, the hottest star in Asia since the end of the dark days. So, without further ado, let's kick this off.
All right, number 2 worldwide ELO rankings. For 120 against Moon in 4th position. It's going to be a lot of points gathered for the winner of this one. DK Ghoul opening, that is the new norm in this matchup. In the past, we used to see a lot of happy build with a fast move into Fiends, but the new Night Elf way of playing Keeper, Demon, Dryads, oftentimes with MGs later, seems to be very, very strong against the Fiend build, so we see a lot more Ghouls, DK, also expansions, and Garrigs have gotten back into fashion, and Moon with a super early Hunter's Haul.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't expecting this one.
I think no one is expecting this. What's this? It could still be hunts for map control and establishing that expansion with a delayed tech, or it could be a tower push. I mean, it's very unlikely. It is a little cheesy. It is not happening too often. But especially with Moon, it is a possibility. We see it, we kind of see it more and more, to be honest.
Yeah, 7 Acolytes, that definitely looks like an expansion. We're going over to the natural. Only 1 skull, which is kind of surprising. Normally we see 2. And, well, Moon is super ready to punish this Expo. He can go into hunts right away. You could go into Glaives, AP push, if that is the idea. 120 waits for the Wisp to be gone. Oh, did you see that he baited the Wisp detonate by using the coil, but not on the Wisp, but rather on the Ghoul? That was cool. And then he loses the Ghoul to the creeps. Come on, bro.
Well, can't give him too much praise in results and stuff like that. Keeper is coming in, wants to wreak more havoc here with Treants and maybe Entangle, reduce the number of Ghouls. The Treants, of course, there to kill the Ziggurat. Is another Wisp coming to then detonate against the Blight? Ah, won't work.
120 should figure out that this is going to be a Hunter's push. It would be really stubborn for the Undead to really try with the Expo. He could just tech and be in a fine position, but he wants to try it. He wants to try to go for the Expo, and you know what? I like it. This is a strategic risk, but this is a really good testing ground for this strategy.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's not that much money. It's points, but the difference between first and second place is marginal. So yeah, this is also something Happy would really never do, right? To go for the expansion this early, it would be more about pressuring his opponents. So very different philosophies from the 2 best undeads in the world.
Moon is eyeing up the situation. He's got a couple of units shadow melded right here. At the moment, he can't push this Expo too easily. When he gets 3 hunts, 4 hunts, 5, 6 hunts, that's when he can really take fights confidently. But that's still going to take a little while.
Already down at 50% HP and mana. Archer, of course, hidden, otherwise easy target. And so Moon is just stalling time without doing too much. But yeah, it's about the hunts. They gather here and then go for one big attack together.
120 is looking for the APs. He knows this is a danger. Oh, and he's coming in with a block as well, but not for too long.
So when is it time?
A mistake we see from some players, like for example we saw in the Meisterschaft, is not going enough into hunts. You need a lot of hunts to be the backbone of the AP push. And yeah, it has to be an AP push. Moon is stuck on tier 1. Yeah. There's no way he can transition now. It's way too late for an Expo or a tech of his own. So he has to go all in. And like 120 is testing his own strategy here, Moon is doing the same. Moon knows this is a risky strat going all in like this, but again, this is a great testing ground.
120 knows everything now. Ooh, Moon set up a trap here. Is it surround somehow? Comes in. Oh, misses the block, but the Keeper's here. Has to use an Entangle. That is no TP. He sold the TP. And that's a kill.
Yeah. Good start of this push, which is going to be coming. How much experience is that? Ooh, a
Half
good
a
chunk.
level.
Gets him close to 3.
Half a level. And now what? Ghouls at the tavern. DK just went for a little drink. Come home, man! There's a tower, but only one. Hard, of course, to set up APs here at this position. So off we go.
Wisps. Very deep. Should pull. Oh my god, so many wisps. Oh, yeah, this is certainly all in.
Yo.
One archer goes down, but the ghouls are starting to drop quite low. 1-0, of course, not teching, not going into fiends either. Just mass ghouls. I think it's looking pretty good for Moon. The hunt's still looking healthy, and in this high huntress numbers, they deal very well with the ghouls. We don't have towers here yet, or no spirit towers, I should say. Not having a graveyard, not having towers, that seems like the big mistake here by 1-0.
So many ghouls down. Level 3 keeper available now. 2, 3, 4 ghouls about to die. 5 ghouls about to die to the glaives. He's trying with the hero focus, but 1-0. He's blocking himself a little bit, delaying the Frostmourne swings. And there's just more pressure for Moon.
The town is under siege.
Moon still lots of gold left. Does he think he's gonna win this? Definitely. It almost looks a little complacent. Okay, now he spent his gold on more hunts. No glaives at all, just mass hunts with 2 upgrades, by the way. 1-1 upgraded huntresses. They're really strong in this early game, and the ghouls weren't enough to defend. AP finishes. We have a second narrow tower, but it's just hardly any damage for 1-0.
It's pretty much nothing. Escapes with the DK. There was a little opening, but the ghouls are sent in way too hurt. Looks like 1-0 is a little overwhelmed with stuff happening everywhere. On 3 to 4 screens, he has to micro his heart out. But Moon is just a master of multitasking. You don't beat him there.
1-0 still trying to hold. Hunts are starting to whittle down in HP. Moon would love to have a heal scroll. As it's daytime now, heal scrolls are available. But of course the camps aren't cleared out yet. So many treants over and over. Interesting that he hardly uses Entangle. Just treants.
Yeah, need the damage against the buildings, or wants the damage against the buildings. DK presents himself on a silver platter, and that's a quick game 1. Didn't expect this to go so quick, but Moon with a wonderful response finishes this off.
Yeah, I like the try by 1-0 here. He tests the waters, but holding that against Huntress is very hard. The safe play is you try the Expo. If you scout that the opponent is pushing you, is not teching, then you just cancel the Expo and tech instead. But again, this is testing rounds, for 1-0. I wonder, if the DK doesn't die, does he have a chance to hold that push? And that's kind of a shame, because that's the scenario he didn't get to test.
Yeah, exactly. Would love to see that as well. I do love to see that we have a new sub. Thank you, Nawizi Bachi, for the 8-month resub. Now, it depends a lot on maps, of course. The map has already started. We will jump in a minute as we get another gifted sub. 10-shot, 10-shot. Gifting it to Evil Core. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow, Remo and Sinead O'Connor. The same joke as someone earlier. She's so famous.
She is super famous. I mean, Nothing Compares to You is a classic.
So much music I have to listen to. The Boiler Room stuff, Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, don't forget about that Dropkick Murphys intro song. I mean, Nothing Compares to You is a pop song, right? But the real deal about Sinead O'Connor is that Dropkick Murphys intro song.
Do you also always have to think about The Departed when you hear the Dropkick Murphys?
Yeah, I think everyone does, right?
Yeah, that's when they got famous. A lot of people say The Departed is a rather weak movie for Scorsese standards. I think it's great.
Yeah, me too.
It's very dark.
People have weird standards. Okay, we got
Did you see The Irishman?
Not yet. That's on the list, though, for the next little vacation. I wanted to do it.
You need to make some time for that. It's like 3.5 hours or something.
I know, man. I had that on my list for the last vacation we did after... When was that, actually? After DreamHack? In between? I don't really know. But then I fell into the Star Trek rabbit hole and watched all of Star Trek, and then Scorsese was out the window. 1-0 is not out the window yet. He still has a shot. And we go on to Northern Isles.
That is another doable fast expansion map. Is 1-0 going to try it again? Or is he going to go for more of a standard one-base play? Starting off with the Ghoul opening, where Moon is playing with the Keeper first. So our opening builds, at this point, very standard.
Yeah, Moon going for the safe spot, not for the greedy one. I wonder if he's going into Hunts again this early, or if he wants to counter-expand, play it straight up.
So Acolyte is scouting the main. I wonder if as Night Elf you should go for the natural creep first nowadays. It's kind of dangerous, but if it's no fast DK opening, I guess it's unreliable though. If the undead does go fast DK, happy build, you're gonna be in trouble. Anyways though, Acolyte scouting at the Tuskars, doesn't see his opponent here. Moon is going with the most reliable, safest opening he can.
Yeah, as I say, today it's Chicken Night Elf Day. With building everything so slow. Understandable, of course, as well. TP, sold. Rod of Necromancy and Sacrificial Skull bought. So this looks like pretty much a rematch of last Refuge.
Alrighty. Another Acolyte. Should be expected. Ooh, does he get the steals?
Moon is already sending a Wisp to the right-hand side. Wonder if that's another Engine of War. That would be a sick proxy.
Yeah, true.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not building anything yet, though. The min-maxing on the treants. But it's like, pop, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. Successful.
So Moon is also experimenting. It's really cool to see how these players play around each other. So map 1, he harassed the first camp with level 1 only. This time, he lets 1-0 get the creep of the expansion basically fully, and then attacks with level 2. Trying to figure out what's better.
There is a proxy now, so another rush. Another Huntress all in. And yeah, as I said, this proxy is amazing because it's so close to the base. Reinforcements will stream in no time. Trying to flood the undead expansion.
Alright, alright, alright. Keeper in the main, summoning treants. That's a sort of a big mana investment for something that's most likely not going to kill anything. But going to force the ghouls off the line, probably. As 1-0 is camping at the expansion. Going to go for Nerope soon.
A player's forces are under attack.
It seems
always
like there's
a
not
little
going to be a window to cancel.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay on everything. A little bit of mining, a little bit of focus that 1-0 has to spend in his main. Oh, super quick surround though! How awesome was that? There's no Wisp nearby. That was as quick as it gets, basically. He's trying to break this, but oh my god, what a counter investor called 6 HP.
Clutch move right there. If the Keeper wasn't surrounded, if he could keep stutter stepping right there, this expo will be getting cancelled, so snap reaction, nicely done by 1-0, and it's looking a little rough now for Moon. This expansion finished very fast, but still no graveyard, still no spirit towers, so 1-0 is again only on ghouls.
6 Wisps coming. Where's the attack gonna end up? In the main? At the expansion? No mana for 1-0, that could hurt a lot.
Player's forces are under
Oh my god,
attack.
so many wisps.
It is a lot of Wisps. It's also a second crypt, so it's also gonna be a lot of ghouls very soon.
Alright, how many hunts is Moon gonna want to make until he finally fully engages? Oh, he could be getting heavily surrounded here.
Yep. He could surround literally his entire army.
Yeah, that's sort of happening. But is this a good fight for the ghouls or is this better for the hunts? The surface area at the same time would be sort of small. And 1-0 backs up. Loses only 1 ghoul. They're playing pretty careful here, not too hard committal. As we see more and more hunts coming.
Will he be going for glaives this time? So far, it doesn't look like it. First attack upgrade. Where are the wisps coming in? Okay, APs at the expo, army in the main.
Oh, entangle! And he traps the DK again. The first mistake by 1-0 this game. And this one might cost him the hero right away. Trying to fight out. He doesn't have a coil. The DK is definitely dead. Oh, and he gets to level 3 before. No, Death Pact!
Wow!
Is Death Pact right away? Oh my god, and that saves him. Are you serious?
This is the week of Death Pact after PCG won the open qualifiers with it. This keeps 1-0 in the game, but for how much longer? The APs were cancelled as well. What a moment! What a game!
Yeah, very nicely done. 1-0, confident, going to tier 2, and seems to have enough ghouls to deal with these huntresses. It's not that many hunts. 1 died, 4 left, and there's no APs anywhere.
Oh yeah, gimme more of this series. Keeper is surrounded for the second time. No staff, no TP, also level 3, but the coil from downtown. Game! Series tied up.
1-1, alright. And that's some valuable info for Moon. It's probably a lot worse to creep level 2 first and then harass the undead expansion when everything is crept already, when then the Nerub Tower or the Ziggurat easily comes up. You probably want to harass a lot faster if you know that's an expansion or if you expect that it's an expansion.
Yeah,
so
here,
map 3, are we going to see Expo again with a few different details again?
here comes the knowledge bomb, Remo. It's also pretty bad to get your hero surrounded and being forced into a TP compared to killing the opponent's hero.
That's true, though. That's true, Neil. Big true. Big true.
Thank you very much. I'm getting so much praise from you this weekend.
Yeah, you know, credit where credit is due, eh?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No?
Game has started already. And we're going to join in 1.5 minutes once we're allowed to. I like this, man. It's I don't want this to be every single game between Night Elf and Undead, but these all-ins here and there, I'm not as opposed as others. As long as it's not the meta in multiple matchups.
Yeah. Should also be very map specific. We have to keep in mind this is a qualifier. In a high caliber tournament finals, they would be playing this probably a lot more carefully, especially map 1 by 1-0. But fast expansions are absolutely possible. LR doable, but hard. Northern Isles doable. I would say maybe a little easier. And of course, the very best one is Echo Isles for the fast expansion. But all other maps, it's probably not doable. So as we move to the other maps now, it might be a very different game.
Okie dokie.
It's not ready yet.
Not ready yet?
More seconds.
Okay. What? How many seconds?
A few more. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it works, poggers.
Class. World class. Not only a former Warcraft 3 arm wrestling champion, not only the Silver Cup champion, not only the Nugget champion, also so good in joining games. That's a very good skill to have as a caster, Remo.
Yeah, dude. That's where the real high skill individuals come in.
Absolutely. I mean, what would you do without joining games?
My life as a caster pretty rough, gotta say.
Yeah, you can take educated guesses, though.
Always cast with a restream, 2-minute delay.
Alright, we got Moon for Vision Strikers in the upper right-hand side and the red and 1-0 in the blue bottom left. And looks like the same builds. Keeper?
Keeper!
Wait, it's... yeah.
Kind of expecting a wild Lich at some point, but we don't see it yet.
No.
Although
no,
Lich doesn't work out that well against Keeper, really. Lich is usually the best against Demon first. But Demon First, not that popular at the moment.
Alright, so will we see a tower push here again? This was the map where Moon tower pushed him the first time, I think. So even though the map is definitely bigger, is it the one-trick pony Moon
Player's
today?
forces are under attack.
I think you should be studying with a €5 donation. Who is the Neo lookalike and why does he look so dangerous?
Are you giving us money because I look so dangerous? Am I intimidating you now?
It's like back in school. It's the lunch money. Take it!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good memories.
So no selling of the TP this time. 1-0, probably not going to try with a fast expansion. It can work on concealed, but it's real tough. If the keeper shows up, Archer, 2 Wisps. The game oftentimes ends there, so this is going to be a little more normal, a little more slow-paced, and going to be a tech from the under to tier 2 pretty quickly. Would expect the same from Moon. The way we've been seeing Keeper Demon played the most is Keeper, Archers, tech, and then an expansion on the way to tier 2 into Dryads, and then defend the Expo with Dryads and Demon. That would be the standard, but again, Moon might very well be experimenting.
Okay, he's going Archers this time. Nice comment in chat. Neo looks like an extra in Alien 3. That was a good one, Mr. Viking. I like that. Close-up attack, of course, super nice to have for 1-2-0, who's tacking this time. So we, as you said, get a very different game here. As both are attacking to tier 2, not investing too much into tier 1. Just get rid of the basics. Give me some higher quality tier units.
I'm kind of surprised 1-0 is playing this so passive. It's nowadays very casual, or very usual, I should say, for the keeper to go for this creep route, and this can easily be harassed. But 1-0 allowed it, wanting to creep himself, and now going for his own Expo creep.
Player's forces are under
A
attack.
staff purchase on the keeper to go down there would be wonderful, but first he has to heal. Oh man, he has to heal a lot. He took a ton of damage. He, in fact, hardly has any mana after the Moonwells.
Oh yeah. Moon would love to go down on this undead, wouldn't he? But here comes the Wiz. Getting sniped prior to the detonate. Wonderfully done. Can't be used as a staffer as well. Or as a 0.2 staff too. And that's level 3 for him as well. Pair up the vitality. Can he get that Expo? Moon is already moving to the side. Will be caught. Gets the staff himself.
Can easily pick off some units here. Oh, but 1-0, it's just a fakey fake.
Oh.
No units going down. At max, the Necro going down. But this would take a long time. He's looking for the Haunted, nothing there. But
That's
Treant, at the
really
very
weird.
least, can attack the Necro. I kind of like it, though. It's cool.
Does he need that Necropolis? Oh,
forces
he
are under
kinda
attack.
does. There's no backup acolytes, so he needs to hold this.
Very interesting game, again, between the two. Strategically, though, if 1-0 wants to allow this keeper such a free early game with 3 level 3 and a free expansion, then it seems like he has to be able to pull off his own Expo. Necro is going to finish. He's trying to kill it with Treants. There is one acolyte here for repair. Oh, that might just be... Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close with the Necro.
Can he repair it? Needs to. I think it's enough. What do I... Oh, is it though? Moon is so good at calculating this with the archers coming in. That's a kill and that's so big. He was able to start the Lich, which is most likely the most important thing. But apart from that, he is supply blocked.
Forces are under attack.
It's going to cost Moon 2 archers. And we see a tier 3 by 1-0. Again with the Necro at the expansion. This is a tactical distraction Necropolis. Super cool.
Yeah, really nice idea for sure. So, we got a Demon Hunter second. Very Foggy-esque. Nature's Blessing very early. Very Neo-esque. So, Moon is learning from the best.
Absolutely. He wants to get this cancel again. Once the Necro stands, It's going to be a lot easier to expand there at some point. And again, Moon is waiting for the attack to come in and wants to punish this, but there's no archers he can take out here now. It's only Treants, which is some experience, but not that much.
One ghoul down, too late for the coil. Both are playing incredibly smart, love it. So many challenges, every single map, different challenges as well. Shows once again the variety we have in Warcraft these days.
And the Lich, he didn't even send to defend, but rather solo Lich harassing against the demon creeping. But there's no creeping happening at the moment. The Lich is going to have to fall back. He can't win that fight. Keeper almost getting surrounded, but there is a staff. Second ghoul was lost.
Okay. He doesn't want to lose the Acolyte, but he deals with the Treants now. Always a little extra experience. This feels like you're opening a new lane in Dota or something with a Demon Hunter Lich in the north. Now it's some roaming time. But Moon is mining for a bit. Goes into Dryads, and we all know he loves the Dryads. And he should have enough time for tier 3 as well.
Yeah, he should be kind of concerned with a push, though, coming in soon. This Demon Hunter is extremely underleveled. He's gonna need to get level 2 here ASAP. He would love to get 3, but getting 3 is not gonna be that easy. Frenzy started now. Destroyer form, not really... But is it needed? Maybe it is needed against the Keeper. And the DK, by the way, wow, so much experience. Level 4 for him is right around the corner.
Oh yeah, we do love the level 2 aura, don't we? Shredder moved back, Demon Hunter level 1.5.
Oh, he denied,
He denied.
the big creep!
That hurts, man. No evasion and so far away from level 2 mana burn.
Oh, that could be a game-losing mistake.
A player's forces are
It's
under
gonna be
attack.
so hard for him to get to 3 now.
Ooh, Chat says he denied Golem and Troll.
That's a big yikes.
Yo. Moon with a mistake like this, that's rare.
Demon Hunter gets the invul, gets the heal scroll, and is finally Dude, he could just die right here. If there was the Nova from the tree line, boom, dead. But he is going to survive. He is going to get the level 2 a little later than he wanted. What's the Moonjuice looking like? Not that great.
Forces are under attack.
How crazy this is compared to Foggy, for example, who always protects his expansion with an Engine of War, Engine Protector, Moonwells, Shop, and here, he's nothing. So, with the Tinker third, 1-0 wants to end this game.
Demon Hunter wants to start the mana burning process. Good positioning though on the DK. Doesn't expose himself to an easy mana burn, but does get burned in the end, and the DK out of mana for now. Army here for 1-0 really isn't that big, but neither is it big for Moon. It says 53 supply, but also that is still stuck in production. DK level 4, and it's going to be a big upgrade now with the Aura.
Okay, only 40 supply though, not much left to work with, but also almost no burns on the Tinker. And if he burns, it's only for 50 mana, so another Pocket Factory coming in. Tree is already at 2/3. Now we got level 2 on the Lich, which is Frost Armor, which is an amazing help against the damage of the Demon Hunter, but of course can be dispelled. Demon Hunter almost out of that fight, has to use the invul, gets it. Also a healed scroll, but I wonder how long can he stay in this fight? There's no staff.
Is he going to move the Destroyer for the one Fiend here? No, 1-0 holds on to the mana. Doesn't value the Fiend that much. He wants to keep the statues on the ground. You see this, Enter? You see this? He keeps the statues on the ground! Just kidding.
Enter's learning though, right? He didn't do it for a long time.
And the Dryads, not quite that strong yet. They have 1-1 upgrades, but what Moon would really love to have is the tier 3, is the Orb, but he's not there. He's just massing out units, trying to hold the expansion. And expansion is done for 1-0 soon.
Nova into the Wisp once again. This is expensive. He's a little tryharding on the tree. Yes, the Frenzy Ghouls. Is that enough? I think, yeah, he will sacrifice the Tinker for it. No TP pass. Wow. Would have not been enough. And now he knows that this is the moment. And that's a TP. And that's a kill. And that's a base advantage for the Undead.
What a sick game by both.
Yep.
But of course, it looks even more impressive for 1-0 here now with his expansion cancel. Looking at the Demon Hunter experience, by the way, There's a little bit missing for level 3 there, isn't it?
Huh.
A little bit missing.
Around 90, Remo. How much does a rock golem give again?
I wonder if he could have gotten that experience somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe he has to change up his creep route a bit for that, hey?
A player's forces are under
And now we're in a rough position. It's not over yet. He can still get the expansion back up. He's on his way to tier 3. And if you ever do get to 4 mountain giants, anything is still possible.
MG equals GG. At least for 2 more weeks or something until the patch hits, and then nobody can use them anymore. They're unusable. What can we do?
Starshaped told me. Unplayable! Unplayable! Complete trash!
Campaign unit! It's a campaign unit! I do get it. I definitely do get it. Okay, it's time to yeet the cat out of the way.
Dude, did you see that video on Reddit where the guys kicked a football onto a propeller thingy?
What? No.
What are these things called? The wind turbines. They had one outside their house, and they all tried to kick the football up there to hit the blade, and you know it's very high up. They failed, and they hit it once, and the ball like was yeeted into another dimension. It was like boing. It's crazy.
Okay, no, I have to get that one. That sounds fun. Speaking of get that, Moon kinda has to get that expansion.
Yeah, there wasn't even full mining going on here. Hardly any damage returned from the expo yet. But here we go. Still only level 1 mana burn. It feels so weak. Even also low HP. Dryads die quickly. No narrow tower here yet, which is kind of surprising. Should get that because we know once the tower's up, narrow tower's up, base utterly unkillable.
Okay, Kevin. Well, kinda Kevin.
A player's forces are under
More
attack.
fiends, more everything statue. Oh, A-bomb as well. No disease cloud yet, but it's cute already. Won't take too long.
I'd love to see a second slaughterhouse. Go heavy into A-bomb destroyer. And then probably also second crypt to be able to go into Gargs. Because if you get up to 80 supply, maybe even higher, Fiend armies have a very tough time against Mountain Giants.
Oh, yeah. Moon is trying to buy time to get that expo back up. That did work to a degree. Not mining yet, but at least he didn't tap out yet. So, Bears. Bears first, then MGs.
Doesn't even have upgrades yet for the Mountain Giants. Maybe he just skips them.
A town is under siege.
Moon does like, when he's on 2 bases, does like playing hippos quite a bit. There we go, that's how you say that. Hippos to counter the air, bears to counter the ground. What about a third hero? Third hero? Third orb? Huh? Moon, what do you think?
Remo's broken record is stuck at that orb stuff again.
It's really hard to find a good third hero against Undead, though.
Yeah.
We don't really have many good choices. It's just, you know, mostly about the orb.
It's either super squishy or doesn't have the biggest impact on level 1. Like Potom, okay, is super squishy, has an aura, it's a good level 1 spell, kinda. But yeah, can be nuked quickly. Nice coil. Gets, oh my god, flute and devotion, the dream!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What dropped from the red camp? Ah, yeah, Cloak of Flames, right. Looks cool. It's worth something, right?
Yeah, sure. Isn't in the end everything about the looks?
Upgrades on the Night of Side are okay. Not insane. 2-1 at the moment.
Moon refuses to give this up, but does he have to after this one? Level 2 Pocket Factory, I believe. Yep, not the passive. Okay, Moon, are you ready? You're almost 10 supply down. Good mana, but not on the Demon Hunter. Not on the DK, but for that, he has the potion, and the burn comes in a little too late.
He's forgetting about the Abolish. This A-Bomb was tanking like a madman with that Frost Armor. Working out very well, but finally the burn process is complete. All heroes out of mana. But DK still has the mana potion. Bears taken out. And there's no web, actually. So these hippos a little annoying, but only one hippo at a time. You have more hippos? One hippo doesn't do that much.
Another one. Last bear comes in. The fiends take care of these dryads so fast, just as the destroyers did against the bears. Really well done by 120, as all the destroyers are still alive. The burrow, a little too late, but the demon hunter might be nuked right there. Right clicks is actually enough to force the staff, but now this will probably be another nuke on the keeper, or at least a retreat that opens the floodgates for more damage on that expansion. I don't think Moon can hold this much longer.
Yeah, and this Expo is the only way he's going to win this game. Expo going down means the game is over. GG called. And match point for 120.
Point indeed, man. So strong. That was a very well executed game with that fake expansion. When Moon felt kind of trapped there to force the cancel. And then the push towards the expansion went really well too. And Moon never really recovered for that, right? From that.
Yeah. Would have loved to see that defense with a level 3 demon. I wonder what that looks like.
Yeah.
But you can't afford to lose the expansion. The Keeper of the Grove is the strong early game hero that allows you to get the faster expansion and need to play with that economic lead. If you lose the Expo, the game is over. But what a sick game by 120, dude. What a sick goddamn game. Tactical Necros. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that was a cool Necropolis for sure. Moon, of course, not without flaws. You talked about it. The level 3 was missing. Thanks to denying the rock column. For once in his multitasking, he was overwhelmed. So, match points for 120. He looked very, very good throughout the entire qualifier, right? There was no real off day.
Yeah, I didn't see him in the first group. In the second... I didn't even see him in the second group stage either. He lost to Mikael, which seems to be sometimes his nemesis.
Yeah, mirror matches is really not his.
Yeah, it seems like 120 just, like, he's got such great practice partners. Like, he plays against the best orcs all the time, against the best night elves all the time. But he really doesn't have that much good undead mirror practice.
Yeah.
Unlike Happy, who plays undeads all the time and hasn't lost an undead mirror in I don't know how long. Well, I guess once against Exlo.
Oh, man. Once we have lands again and conditions and stuff, and once Happy decides to go and they face each other, this will be a party for the community.
Yeah, the last 2 encounters went to 120, so it's time for revenge.
That doesn't count. It was Netties.
Actually, Remo. Actually, that doesn't count. Okay. Well, didn't stop Happy from winning 3 online tournaments in Netties against the best players in the world. That was so crazy, dude. He was playing on Netties and owning all the Asians.
Well,
Lucky future
actually...
days.
All the others didn't really take it seriously, you know?
True. Actually, you can't take that seriously. Actually.
Okay, let's take this game seriously, though, as we are on Terenas stand for 120's match point.
Yeah, Terenas. Interesting. So what did 120 veto then?
Echo?
Echo Isles? Echo or AZ usually. Could be AZ, I guess. Dude, I can't wait for WGL next season to start with the new maps.
Yeah, because we can... okay, just the season. I thought the main event. Because of Refuge graphics, right? I was about to say.
Jesus, you have to remind me, bro. Big yikes.
Gonna be fun. DK versus A Warden. We switch things up.
Damn. Yeah, this is definitely the best Warden map out there. Echo is also pretty good, but TS is the best. Interesting that Moon, like, pretty much never plays it against human. Sometimes he does, but it seems like he prefers the other styles. But here now it is gonna be the Warden. Fast level 3, possible expansion. But that also goes for the Undead. This is a popular fast expansion map. We'll see if 120 does it again.
Was quite Successful. Moon's Warden, how would you rank them in the world?
Well, Lala is obviously number 1. Easy.
Yes.
I think Foggy's better than Moon with a Warden.
Don't you
But
even
number 2 is, of course,
dare.
colorful.
Hey, you take that back. That was the joke, right? That is
Dude,
a
colorful had some Warden
belated
games on-
April Fool's. Colorful's Warden is horrible.
That's not true.
That is
not always. There were a few games against Human on Terenas where he played really good.
Moon is not using a fan here.
You know, he's got a high ceiling. Colorful's got a high
Ah,
ceiling.
you go away with your tier 3 player here. We're talking about Moon. He didn't use the fan of knives.
He did. He's got mana missing, bro.
Yeah, but not to finish everything
Yeah,
off.
that's
You
true.
just right click that.
One does want deny one of the creeps, by the way, with the lightning shield. But only the little guy, so it's not that painful. Found some great items. Found some amazing items against the Warden.
Oh.
Even the cloak is really good.
Oh yeah, that's really nice. More creeping. Oh, I constantly forget to turn off the stupid chat that goes across the screen.
Yeah, bullet chat. What an invention.
Seriously, the guy who invented that should be punished for life.
You know, there's movie theaters in China that have that as well.
Oh,
where
yeah.
the audience can text something on some sort of social media, and then it's on the screen.
Yeah, and you can't turn it
What
off.
a great movie experience that must be. So it's one base play, by the way. No expansion against Warden. I think that's oftentimes the stronger choice. Ooh, and he sees the Tree of Life. Ghouls are close by. This could very well be the cancel.
They have to walk around, getting a little distracted here by creeps and wisp.
A player's forces are under attack.
Moon has his eyes everywhere on the map, pretty much. There's a wisp here, there's a wisp here, there's an engine of war here. This is pretty sweet. New skeletons, and now the ghouls know exactly what they have to do.
Moon just dodged a wisp with a coil in the middle, saved that one. That is one of the things in-game that tilts me the most. When the Night Elf saves the wisp and the coil flies into nowhere and all the mana is wasted.
A player's forces are under
That is a feels bad, man, for sure. Going for the second consumable.
Ooh, that was almost a deny. But he got it.
Big invul against the Warden, never wrong, especially when she goes for Shadow Strike. And that's level 3 detonate. Oh boy.
Oh, it's level 3 prevented. That's a big deal.
Nice wisp.
And 1-0 decided to let the expo come up, even if he could have very likely cancelled it. But that attempt would have cost him a couple of ghouls. So he knows expansion will be coming.
forces are under
Still a
attack.
little ways off. And level 3s will be reached.
Moon with a lightning shield as well. We see this more and more. It felt like for a while we only saw the lightning shield creep on Amazonia and of course the mercenary camp creep here. But now it's about min-maxing. Did you deny that? I wasn't at the Warden.
I'm not sure.
Oh, me neither. Potion of Greater Mana though. Great reward. Level 3.3 Warden does feel a little low. Lol, yes. Oh my god, Moon.
Yeah, experience on the Warden is going to be absolutely crucial. Her big problem in this matchup is she can oftentimes be an underwhelming fighter in the late game. When all tier 3 is unlocked, when we have triple hero, when we have orb and statues and all that, the Warden sometimes suffers from not being able to keep up with the competition, especially if she doesn't have the levels. She will need level 5 to stand even a chance. And then again, that might not be even good enough sometimes.
Okay, so Chad has...
Oh, I got the bash.
Ah!
The bash! Oh my god.
Forces are under attack.
Yo, that was
Starship sweating.
Chat corrected itself, by the way, so apparently there was no deny, and now she's level 4. Scourge Bone Chimes can be amazing later for bears, MGs, and hippos alike.
Very passive game so far. We haven't had a fight yet. We haven't even had a unit kill yet, with the exception of Wisps and Skellies.
You know what we do have? A super
What?
pimp glitch already. Gloves, mantle, double claw, +9, +5, plus orb. Yo, this is gonna hurt. One would say he hits like a truck.
People say that, don't they?
People. What level?
Replenish. I love that item. And he sells it. Ding dong.
He used
He's
it.
been watching too many happy streams, just like me.
He used it before. I think that it's exact. Oh no, that's not exactly the money he needs for the orb. What's he getting for it? Orb plus something?
He also wants to go for the Dark Ranger third. It's always the third hero against the Warden. Very good for silence and just sort of a premium fiend that's very hard to kill. Is he going to wait for Frenzy to finish, or are we going to have an attack before that? Seems like he's waiting for Frenzy to finish and moving south. A 6 Acolyte, by the way, coming in. So no Dark Ranger, no all-in. He's going to poke here, see what damage he can do, and expand behind it.
Can 120 close this out here on Terenas? Ghoul in. Engine Protector will probably be cancelled. Oh, that Lich! Sick! Frost Armor again. Phantom Knives against the Ghouls. A wonderful weapon, especially since there's no heal scroll.
Frost Armor.
The block.
Helping out here as well. Once again. Not committing too heavily yet.
Sweet illusion blocks against the Lich. Oh, that Berserker. Sweet juicy experience. That's level 4.
Big level up with the aura here. No need for Death Pact. He's not playing against Yange, so it's not just pure DK focus.
Not yet. Maybe if he gets a little desperate, then probably. Is he willing to consume the greater mana? That would be nice. If 120 is just poking here, it's not losing too much, but forces the greater mana, that's exception. Oh, coil misses.
Should be able to easily take out these ghouls. Oh, the coil misses. That's a big deal.
Mana potion used. Here's level 4. That was a good trigger. I think next nuke. Big invul as well. 2 major consumables gone for Moon. Berserker stays alive. That fiend has no burrow.
It's looking really rough now for 120. He lost his whole army. He's only got the heroes left. The Warden, though. She does have the TP. With that, she can survive. But just the Lich we talked about earlier, the right clicks.
So sick, man.
Are to be respected.
Still statues. 120 was expanding in the same time. Moon wanted to go for the AP again. Ghouls clear this. Can he take out the shock?
Warden, in the meantime, looking for some kills. She's got 1 Fan of Knives or Shadow Strike to use. And these Dryads don't do much for him. Just purely Dryads by themselves is not that good. 1-1 upgraded, yes, but he needs some more support to deal with the heroes. Heroes of the Undead, which are now threatening the Tree of Life again.
This is an Undead Hero weekend, is it not? With PCG yesterday against Soen. Pretty much the heroes doing it alone. And for 120, that was the case in the semi-final already. And Moon doesn't have to have the best answer to them either.
Alright, the Warden returns. She's healed up some, but not that much. Only 3 Moonwells, now completely dry. Nighttime about to hit in around 30 seconds. Call Nova, focus on the Warden. No blink on her. She's gonna have to TP.
Heal scroll used. Big investment. Coil from downtown. Dodges it with the TP. Moon is in the ropes. He's dizzy. 120. Punch after punch after punch. He's about to knock him out and win the grand final.
Yeah, and this is even before 3rd hero Undead. The Dark Ranger is going to make this army even better later. Moon would love to have a 2nd hero, probably Panda as well, but that one needs levels first, unlike a Dark Ranger. The Warden, I guess what he needs right now immediately is level 6. With that, he can push this attack back.
Far away though. Heal potion number 1 on cooldown for 20 seconds. The Warden is down to 40% again. Moon. Did he even... Okay, he did rebuild the shop. Okay. Otherwise, there would be no potions, clearly.
Shredder plus Dryad Harass at the Undead Expo. That's pretty cool. It's hard to deal with. Just 1 or 2 ghouls won't be enough to push that back.
The foggy play, pretty much, from Twisted.
And Moon would love nothing more than for 120 to just TP back to his expansion to save the Acolytes. But 120 wants to stay. He knows how strong he is right now.
Trying to bait the potion with a couple of right clicks. Okay. Can't stay much longer against the Schrader. Not even portaling to his expansion. That did cost a bit, and especially the retreat. But 120 looks good, man. Close to 50, soon to have double base. Engine of Wind coming from Moon, so that transition will take some time. Warden not really close to 5. Now Tome of Retraining.
Yeah, it's Blink fan harass time. This is where the Warden oftentimes excels in 2-base, jumping into the Acolytes over and over, killing them off one by one, and then inching the way forward towards level 6. 120 wants to come in with another big attack. The Warden can harass very well, but how well can she fight against the big undead army?
And affected with silence, of course. There should be a lot of dispel against it. Engine of War not gonna be ready for this defense. Sweet Nova. 4 Wisps all detonate. Why not use it? What now at the expo? There's also 2 Necropolis, so he can replace these Acolytes rather quickly. And I do not think Moon can hold this. He doesn't even have a TP. He does have a staff. Needs it soon. Wants to do as much damage as possible. Poke a little with the Dryads. Try to get some pressure over this expansion, which does have Nature's Blessing once again. But only 3 Wisps. This is just falling. And
that is usually the game lost. 120 can afford to lose his expansion, but he's not even losing that. He's just losing a few Acolytes. 120 willing to suffer at the expansion, but to use his army to put pressure on elsewhere. And that's an army that seems too powerful. The Warden needs the level 6. Without level 6, there is no chance.
And Moon Juice is okay. Maybe the spells can do something, but there's also so much mana. Again, no Wisps here. There's Silence, there's Coil, there's Nova, there's no Dispel. Oh, now. But always the potion triggered immediately. Reju can be nice now that there's Hippo as well. Blink fan, but no follow-up.
Upgrades are good for the Dryads. Or if he gets the Destroyer, that's almost level 6. Very close.
Okay, Moon lives. But for how much longer? Double base income against single base income. Oops, that is the gold per minute graph right here. Heavily swinging into 120's direction. And that will probably not change anytime soon.
You can upgrade 1 Nerup Tower now at the expo, and all memes aside, that is very good.
Yeah.
Could also go for a shop. And sitting on 2 bases here now. Looking very, very strong. Moon is expanding once again. If 120 moves out from the expo, the Blink fan harass is going to begin. In fact, we see it here, and that is the level 6. Use the avatar in the back of the base.
Ooh, that
it
might be
destroyed right here.
Exactly, it might be a mistake. But
He does have the staff, though. That's smart. You could staff it out.
Interesting. Shredder gets some hits on that Fiend. That was sweet. Reveal as well. 1 Fiend down, 2 Fiends down. 120 really wants this hero. Dark Ranger just explodes. No chance, man. Is Moon turning this?
Yeah, with the avatar, it was still doable, but the Warden is now out of mana. She's pretty useless. She can staff back to the main, but she can't join in again. The Lich in trouble, and he dies! Oh, big mistake by 120, and he does actually lose this game. Wow, it seemed like this was 120's, but no, Moon brings it back with one of the best ults in the game.
Super sick fight, indeed. How, like, everything just melting. 120 couldn't save the Dark Ranger, couldn't save anything, really. He lost like 15 supply in 10 seconds. What the hell, including the Lich?
Yeah, very nicely done. Very good game once again. Tactically by 120, playing around the enemy expansion, around his own expansion. But then forgetting web. He didn't have web to control these hippos. And that was partly responsible for why he lost that game. But also shout out to Moon, who won that game, which was almost unwinnable for large parts of that map. And that brings us to a map 5. Pretty cool.
Nice. How better to end a grand final than with a game 5, and that is then Turtle Rock. What else is there? AZ. We didn't see AZ, Echo, and Turtle Rock, right?
Yeah. So it should be one of the 2 small maps, I think. I would imagine Moon vetoed TR. And I could see Echo. AZ is a really tough map if the Idolf knows how to play it well. Thank you, by the way, Mercurius with a 37-month resub. We're going to find out what it is in a bit. We haven't started yet, so players want a moment here. It was a long game, a long series, quite a long day for these 2.
Oh, yeah. 1-0. Well, we started 3 hours ago. That was, of course, a super quick series for 1-0. Moon had a longer game, or in general, longer games. And that, Remo, is time to plug our Patreon, isn't it?
Hell yeah. Patreon.com/backtowalkraft. We revealed that 2 days ago in our wonderful celebration stream. Check it out, Back to Warcraft, patreon.com/backtowalkraft. We have 6 different tiers. We have a lot of cool perks that you can benefit from if you decide to pledge. We started doing a podcast as well. Neo and Ricky are doing that one. We have some movie recommendations in there. We're going to start doing community nights with custom games. Also, if you're into that sort of thing, coaching will be included and replay analysis. And yeah, check it out. Patreon.com/backtowalkraft. We would love to have you.
Golden Goat still up for grabs, by the way. If you're filthy rich and want to share your wealth with us, get the Golden Goat. Go get him. And game 5, we will gonna get that in a bit. It has started, so in 3 minutes we join this.
Oh, yeah.
Could you do coaching for casting? Interesting question. We didn't even consider that. But yeah, why not?
Yeah, true. Absolutely.
God.
I can even coach you in eating nuggets if you want. I did learn some valuable lessons on Friday. You shouldn't eat too fast. You shouldn't eat too fast. It gets kind of uncomfortable. And lukewarm nuggets are better than hot nuggets. Because once they all gather up in the stomach, it gets really hot.
Yeah, mine were ice cold. I cannot recommend that.
Yeah, that's not good. But lukewarm, I think that's the way to go.
Neo, can you teach hair cutting? Maybe I have to learn how to hold a razor first, and then we can do that.
Two minutes, and then we'll start. Who's going to get first place? Who's going to get the 10 points? And who would have thought, by the way, that 1-0 would play every game serious in the March qualifier?
Super sick indeed. Who would have thought that there's a regame as well? We have something up here, apparently. So, rehost. Yeah, certainly not me. I would have lost even more bets this weekend if we did one.
Yeah, maybe 1-0 feels there's a bit of redemption he has to show. Because at DreamHack, he was stopped by Fly, who's of course a very strong player, but that was definitely not 1-0's best day. He made a lot of mistakes in that series, especially on Terenas stand.
Yeah.
The fact that he allowed the Tier 1 Expo of the Farseer play, huge mistake that cost him the final, that possibly cost him the title. And maybe that tickled him a little bit again. He's looking terrifyingly strong in almost all matchups. Undead Mirror seems to be his weakness currently. But against Orc, he's unbelievable. Against Night Elf, he's super good, super smart. And against Human, well, you know.
Huh?
We don't have many humans nowadays, do we?
Well, Chemico, Sock, they were in one roof. Fortitude in Asia, I got plenty of humans.
Yeah, but they don't meet too often. He did meet Sock in Group D. Dispatched of him with the Crypt Lord. I wonder how much more Crypt Lord we're going to be seeing on the new patch. I think still a good
Zilch.
amount, honestly.
Zilch! Let's get it over with. Filthy bugs everywhere.
Crypto is a great hero, bro. His might cannot be matched.
I know a couple of people agree. Still don't have a game, by the way. I'm kind of curious what's going on there. Maybe some technical difficulties. Let's go into game 5, into the decision between Moon and 120. 4 very entertaining maps so far with very different styles. And now the great coronation of a March champion. It's either Moon, the 5th race on the upper left-hand side, or 120 in the blue on the right-hand side. And I wonder if he would have gone for a Warden if he spawns on the right here. Probably a Keeper. We see an Engine of War far in the south.
Yeah, next to the natural. We've been seeing that a little bit more recently. Only doable on the left. On the right, you can't do it because it's asymmetry, because Echo Isles is the worst map ever. And the first hero is a Demon Hunter.
Oh, interesting. We've seen this.
I mean, it competes with Bright and Dark, but somewhere there.
Jesus, come on. A little bit reasonable, please. Demon Hunter, seriously.
That's cool. Demon Hunter, and then... It's gonna be hard to creep a fast level 3, though, with this creep route. If you go for the Merc Camp, it's pretty easy. But without it, not that easy.
Oh, we got a new donation. Saskia, thank you very much. Thank you for the awesome entertainment in these differing times. I didn't think I would still be able to watch Warcraft 3 tournaments 10 years after quitting. Keep up the great work. Dude, are you the caster, Saskia, from back then? That would be sick. Thank you very much for the 30 euros.
Oh, from Denmark, right?
I think so.
Wasn't he? Or where was he from?
That's a trivia question.
I don't remember.
Here. That's a blast from the past. Man, we had Sushi
Netherlands.
Back. Netherlands. We had Sushi back recently.
Pog.
A player's forces are under attack.
Warcraft 3 replays. Exactly. Oh man, that's so cool. First we get Sushi back and now you. That's amazing.
Oh, and here now. Now the opening makes sense. Moon wanted to be able to clear out the natural right away and counter expand in case of a fast expansion and have a strong late game hero to go with it. With Keeper, you don't just want to go 2-base right away because the Keeper is a horrible late game hero, but with a Demon Hunter you can do it. And that is again a different spin on the fast expo strategy.
Okay. We both go for it. Nice block by Moon for a couple of extra hits here. We do have a lot of necromancy. There's of course corpses, but there's also 3 wisps. Well, still goes for it. It's a little bit of gold if he detonates against it and immediately splits as well. You really don't want to detonate 2 wisps for this.
Yeah, honestly, 120 did a really very bad job creeping the first camp. 3 ghouls are hurt.
Oh yeah.
Ideally, you only want to tank damage with skeletons and the DK. Level 2 is now reached. Now we have the coil. And the expansion might be finishing. 120 is looking for weaknesses, looking for holes, but he's only getting a couple of wisps so far.
Okay, no dust, so the archers are safe at night. Who's trying to get back? That was a lot of wisps that he invested. But Expo is safe on the other side. The same. No run by. Ghoul is scouting a little bit. More acolytes coming.
And this matchup rarely looks this way. We see fast expansion on one of 2 sides quite frequently nowadays. But both tier 1 expanding, delaying the tech by a lot, that is rare to see indeed. Pretty interesting. So second heroes will be delayed by a lot. Creeping for them will be starting kind of late. And 120 wants to again apply a bit of pressure. Ghouls this time running into the main.
He might get the Moon well. But Moon scouts it. Another wisp down. I wonder at what point it hurts him in the lumber department. He can tech though. He does tech already.
Oh, it's just threatening the tree. Oh my god! Wait a minute.
No way.
No, that's not gonna work, is it?
There's a TP on the Demon Hunter, but... Oh my god. There's not much surface to repair. Can only repair with 3, 4, now all 5. But okay, that's gold. That's wisps. That's more damage. No, do you really want to end a grand final like that? What's it with Moon and grand finals and Echo Isles? But he abandons it.
And 1-0 forgot the dust.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a yikes.
Again. That would have helped him in the bottom left already, and now on the upper right. Hurts. Yeah, we transition.
Alright, so that's pretty even. Expo timings, very similar. Tech timings, also pretty similar. Demon gets surrounded.
D surround, exactly. Can he fight out? Not. Should be a TP. Oh no! Man, with 5 archers, okay, that backfires now.
Yeah, losing 1 ghoul though on 2 bases, definitely affordable. We don't have any narrows, by the way, by 1-2. At the expo. Okay, he delayed that one by quite a bit, but now it's finished. Second hero. I'd love to see a panda.
Who wouldn't? Hunt Soul should be in time. No second crypt yet by... there we go. So, should be Mass Fiends then, as we don't see a third crypt for Gargs. Yeah, time to level now.
And that's valuable experience. DK, of course, 3 is going to become quite a bit stronger. What is this aggro play, dude? Archers across the map at the mercenary camp. And again, Shadow Melt, no dust.
Oh yeah. Oh my. 3 fights where this really hurts. Demon Hunter
Started by
closes the door.
1-0. He's like, I don't need dust. It's gonna be daytime soon anyways.
Well, he's kind of right about that, but losing 2 ghouls for it. And he has to abandon that creep, giving more experience to the Demon Hunter. Very close to 3.
The cool thing about this is, Moon playing so aggro, he leaves a lot of experience on the map for the second hero, so Panda should be the choice. And there he is, Mojo Darkale.
Mojo. Expo for Moon is, of course, up and running. Lumber is a little low, but he just invested into tech, into buildings, into hero. That's understandable. So now, nice block again by Moon. Wow, these archers. Oh, that's sweet. That's perfect.
Really fun to see these two go up against each other. This has been a cool series, lots of variety, and both playing really well. No second here yet for 1-0. Wait a minute.
He's Garg. He is playing Garg. Oh, 1 trick Garg into Fiends. Moon is in to scout this. And Slaughterhouse next. Will Moon be tricked by this 1 Garg? He didn't see the Fiend.
I'd love to see double Slaughterhouse. A-bombs, wagons, destroyers, very good late game against Night Elf. Here comes Lich now.
He's falling for the fake! Double Engine of Wind! He's going Hippos!
Yeah. Might not necessarily have to be against Gargs. Moon does love playing Bears Hippos, just regardless on 2 base, oftentimes.
A player's forces are under attack.
Because, of course, the Night Elf, the Undead, I mean, will need destroyers.
Is he okay, he's not canceling this now as he sees the Fiend. Both are so rich. 1,100 on Moon, 1,200 for 1-2-0. So I guess in the end, Engines of Wind don't matter that much. It's of course additional cost, especially in lumber, that you don't want to do really, or even later, but okay. He can be ready for whatever is coming.
Tier 3 finished. We're gonna have the Orb of Venom coming in here for Moon very soon. I think he needs some more Wisps. The biggest advantage for Night Elf in the late game is upgrades, as they can be used on bears, hippos, chims, everything.
You think we're gonna get chimps?
If we get 200 supply, yeah.
Okay. €1 donation by Black Rayman! Milka or Lindt Chocolate Easter Bunny? I'm a lint
Both are
kind of
good.
guy. They have this little gold.
Fancy, huh?
They have this little golden bell thingy with them. You get you get a tiny golden bell for free with the chocolate bunny. That's extra value.
The efficiency, dude. Amazing.
We have to be. We Germans have to be very efficient, even with
Yes.
chocolate Easter bunnies. Yes, yes.
That's very much.
So, not about the
Fine.
fanciness.
Both sitting at 50. We are not going into upkeep yet. Oh, never mind. Okay, Moon just went into upkeep.
They're still banking.
Bears, hippos.
A player's forces are under attack.
I don't know, man. I think MGs are pretty damn good against fiends. Maybe he's worried if he goes MGs, he's gonna get countered by double slaughterhouse mass A-bombs.
Moon is pumping from 4 production buildings, 68 supply, and 1-0. He's really banking so much. 2k. Now he's breaking. 2 fiends and more slaughterhouse
Player's
stuff.
forces are under attack.
Lich again with plus 14 without an orb, so plus 19. Level 3 Panda, pretty good. Very tanky. Bwah. Demon Hunter with an orb now. When is it go time? Maybe soon. Invul, Heal Scroll, Mana Potion, Orb ready. Lich not level 3 yet. That's an issue.
Should get it at the Gargantuan, though. DK4 and Lich 3 will be big level ups.
Ring of Regen.
We are only at double level 3 for Moon.
Ooh, this might also be level 4 with DK.
Oh, Moon doesn't have Wellspring yet. Ooh, did you forget about it?
Also no Nature's
One of the best
Blessing.
upgrades in the game.
Okay,
Okay,
definitely level
queued it now. Wellspring coming soon.
This is gonna be an epic fight. 4 and 3 Crystal Ball. If they fight it, nah, it's not very good. He will sell it. No heal scroll on Moon.
Frenzy upgrade coming as well. I wonder what
A
he's
player's
doing with
forces
those.
are under attack.
Could be a little Frenzy Ghoul run by into the main to kill Moonwells.
Yeah, he has quite a few. Oh, we might be fighting sooner though. Coral bomb the archers. Lots of hippos, but they're all useless.
1-0 wants to take them out first, and then Morph Destroyers. There should be Roar in this army. There's no dispel against that at the moment. 1-0 gonna TP out, and Burrow is revealed. Nice. He didn't forget about the dust. There was 1 fiend going down for 1 or 2 hippos, so pretty even trade.
And a TP. Used, of course, as well. Plus, was there items used? Did he use the heal scroll? No, not yet. Very careful with that. Big Invo potion still on the Lich as well. Moon, what's the Panda getting here? Illusions?
A player's forces are under attack.
Maybe to
Oh my
trigger
god,
some
look
weapon-
at the fiends. They're about to be on 3-2 upgrades.
Holy, when
Whoa.
did he do that? Now he sees the item that he left on the ground. This is no ladder. 1-2-0. Epiphany with a 3 euro
Epiphany with
donation.
€3.
Okay.
Jinx! Came for the haircut, stayed for the haircut. BTW lost a lot of hair recently.
Hair, but not
Alright,
flare. Yeah, you wanna go? Take the fight, Remo. Take it away.
Kiting backwards is 1-0, losing a few fiends. Very hard to micro this big army, kiting backwards. The chasing army here for Moon. Moving forward, the bears connecting pretty well on the fiends. And where are the A-bombs? A few A-bombs to block and to spread disease would be very helpful, but not involved in this army. Boros coming in again. Dust is gonna run out soon, but not quite yet, it seems. Hippos, though, have mostly been taken out, and now the destroyers can start shining again.
Here we go. Nuke on the demon, staffed out. So the mana burn is missing. Maybe time for a potion. Doesn't have it anyway. Burrows are good, as you say. Bears move to the side. Great micro by both of them. More web to save the destroyers for now. Breath of Fire. And the DK gotta be careful soon. Lich as well. There's no mana to work with anymore. Demon Hunter is back. Forced into another TP. Second one in very little time. Goes for the Lich. Is forced into an invul too. Moon. What a fight. Supply-wise it's even, but 1-0's bruised.
And Moon is going to get a lot stronger soon with upgrades. He's only at 1-2 currently. More are coming. These fiends aren't really getting stronger. And, as we saw, A-bombs would be very helpful. But, should they come, they will have no upgrades, which makes playing them very efficiently hard. But 1 or 2 A-bombs just for Disease Cloud could still be good. Or wagons might also be an idea. But that would add more micro tags on an already hard to micro army.
1-0 can do it. He's a little magician on the keyboard, isn't he? You get more upgrades for Moon as well. And is there a thing about upgrades and Night Elf, Remo?
There is.
What is that?
I mentioned earlier already. All the good Night Elf units benefit from the same upgrades. We see mostly hippos and bears here, a few dryads. They all get all the damage and attack upgrades from the strength of the wild or whatever it's called. And also mountain giants and chimps would benefit from that as well. Sitting at 80 supply, having lots of gold, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Chimrus soon.
Especially not from Moon, who is in love with the twin-headed dragon. We see a Pit Lord on 1-0's side, so that's his solution to having no tanks. Just throw in the good old Brutalus.
Yeah, with Frost Armor, he's going to be very survivable. And with the coils, obviously. And Frost Armor might actually work out because there's very few Dryads. Importantly, Moon is not playing a lot of Dryads.
Yeah.
They are not very cost efficient. They're good for the mid game. They're good for map control in that stage. But ultra late game Dryads are weak. And Moon realized that smartly.
Cool bonus for the third hero, of course, as well. You can have 3 heal scrolls and 3 heroes if you want against the Breath of Fire. So 1 extra than before in short time. I'm scanning our production.
I think you should buy like a couple tank units items for the Pit Lord. If you give him 2 rings, Periapt, and Talisman, it's gonna be a raid boss.
It's also very expensive, but he is floating in gold, 900. He has 1 ring. I should definitely hand that over.
All right, both nearing 100 supply. And at some point, the bears are gonna get very clunky and are gonna have a tough time connecting.
Oh yeah, you are
but
cutting
also,
out a little
with a big
bit.
fiend army, it's very hard to focus fire anymore.
There we go. Demon Hunter back to 50%. First hippo already used. 2 destroyers up. And this is kind of free damage for 1-0 at the moment. 3 kills and half a demon. But also the Pit Lord at 50%. Needs a coil soon. Gets it. But yeah, what does he do when there's no hippos anymore? It's barely anti-air. Not too sure if you're there or
Terra
not.
comes in. That's actually a lot of minus damage, kind of counteracts.
Okay. You're cutting out constantly. Sorry about that. I'm taking it away. Hippos again. New great kiting by 1-0. Always stepping back a little. This fiend move to the side. Everything that takes damage in front from the bears is the Pit Lord. And there was always a coil for now. And there's another one after that potion. I don't think he can burn against that. Not really in position. Needs it soon, otherwise the Pit Lord falls. Okay, there we go. With the heal scroll, heals himself. Panda, all of a sudden, also down to like 40%, but he gets the level up. Drunken Brawler now, a little bit of a mischance and more XP. Lich in trouble as well. It's a lot about the heroes now. What's going to survive? Lich definitely does. Invul potion still on the Pit Lord. The Demon Hunter used his Invul. 7-second safety are soon to be over. Fiends are falling in rapid succession, but will the Demon Hunter fall? There's no mana anymore. Close to a coil, close to a Nova, but nothing's really hitting except the right kicks. Level 4 now. That might change the mana pool of the Lich, but oh boy, Moon is plowing through the Fiend at the moment. Now they finally reached. Has to go through the needle hole, and 1-0 realizes this. Another Fiend. Focus fire. Oh, the Lich! Last second before the TP, just down. Couldn't coil anymore, of course, and that's a massive win for Moon, who's at 85. This should be the win, shouldn't it? He's occupying that tavern. That's Moon's tavern now. Ain't no reviving him there.
And if only there was Disease Cloud. If it was ticking right now, that would be so strong. But 120 didn't go for A-bombs, didn't go for meat wagons. Really, really surprising. And he's struggling with the big fiend army in the late game, as pretty much anybody does. It's really hard to properly kite when the armies become so big, but he never transitioned into the wagon destroyer A-bomb style. He's trying to out-micro Moon here, but losing that Lich definitely hurt.
Yeah, he can't back. He can't buy him back. He was trying to, but now with no orb, no frost armor, no nova, and of course just the right clicks. There's no competition. Still 1,000 gold. He easily has the resources to buy him back, but yeah, has to wait for that now. Kites Moon back into his main. There's no additional tower except the Black Citadel. Of course, there's a shop now that he can use, and Blight. Oh, the Fiend. He's at the tavern.
Forces are under attack.
Has he canceled that Lich to walk him back? Doesn't... I don't think so.
Town is under siege.
Yeah, Moon
Oh, he
commits
does.
for the altar, and the Lich is at the tavern.
Okay, but there's no tally staff or anything. He has to walk. And without aura, that might take some time. Going for the Black Citadel. 1-0 and high upkeep as well. Big investment. All the gold he saved prior. Will that help him now? Heal Scroll. Mana Potions. Invo Potions still on the Pit Lord. Howl of Terror. Not going to be dispelled. No Wisps in here. The Lich is back in the fight.
Yeah, right next to the shop is also 1-2. You can go
Oh, both heroes low. You're
for
cutting
mana
out
pots, you
again.
can go for
Sorry,
those
Remo.
Lich
I'm taking it
surrounded
from you.
again.
Indeed, focus fire on the bears, just eat him alive. There is a coil in a second to heal that Pit Lord back up, but I think the dieback on the Lich is what breaks the 1-2-0's back here. Chasing after the army, everything is slow. Demon Hunter's packing a punch on level 5. Mana burns over and over, so that was the last coil as the potion was used already. Statues falling, so not much regen anymore. Oh boy, that Panda's having the time of his life on level 5 now as well. This is looking very good for the 5th race. He's also tearing down the Black Citadel. Can't use any, or can't buy any items no more. Staffs out the Demon Hunter for the safety. Moon is having a little barbecue with the ants. And speaking of ends, this should be the end of the series now.
Fiends in the middle before dying. Get the Lich back once again. That was expensive again. And the Demon staffing back to the main army. Panda's out of mana, but the Demon Hunter is not. He's got lots of mana burns now left to use again. He's playing this pretty aggressively. Into towers, into Blight. Here 1-2-0 might be able to hold.
Okay, Destroyer's about to fall as well. Takes another bear. Oh no, doesn't take him into the grave because it was staffed out. Heroes again. Panda has no mana no more. DK low, no TP. How can he save himself? Brutalist still has that invul. Oh, but there's 15 supply about to fall here. 20, 30 maybe. And that's it. Too much. 1-2-0 can't win the micro fight against Moon in this grand final. So Moon, in his first WGL qualifier for Vision Strikers, takes it home and is currently the best player in the Asian region, as it seems.
Congrats to Moon, lots of points for him. That was a fun series. Great best of 5 between the two of them. They also learned a lot from each other. They learned a lot about this matchup, and it's going to be awesome to see them meet again in the future. One big mistake in that game by 1-0 was not having any kind of disease cloud. Like, if you're sitting on 2 bases, you need to get something at some point. Whether it be A-bombs or wagons, both is viable, but you have to have one of those. And yeah, playing the big fiend army at 80 supply is really hard. 1-0 could have made it easier for himself, going Gargs and A-bombs in that, but he tried with the fiends. It didn't quite work, but it was a good attempt. It was very close. It was a great series.
Indeed. Really cool tournament. Open finals and pro finals. Really good games. Only a little clowning by Lin today, but that was it. Otherwise, good content for the March qualifier. This can continue this way, if you ask me. And speaking on continuing stuff, Remo, we have more content in an hour. What was that again?
Yeah, we're going to have our dear friends from Canada showing up. Dust Lake Season 7 Europe continues with Group D. And that's a crazy group, dude. We're going to have 5 matches of some of the best European players.
Indeed. In Group A, B, and C, we have the conclusions. Foggy, Spiral, Neutron, Ante, Krav, and Aside. making it into the playoffs. So will it be very undead heavy in the European region once again? We already have 3 of the undeads, 2 strong undeads joining us here in Vortex and the Great Wall. Blade and Sad want to represent the human and Night Elf alliance. No human yet in the playoffs would be a shame, but with Hawk not playing, Blade is their only hope, and Sad could be the 3rd Night Elf if he makes it. That starts, as we said, in 1 hour with Bidu and Carson. We got a new sub. Thank you, Water Joe, 43 months. Remo, why did you break up with me? Cup of Pride.
Sorry, bro. You know, just we gotta spend some time apart and explore new possibilities. You know. Thanks for the sub, though.
Can't buy Remo back. We have a Patreon, speaking of which. Maybe if you get the Golden Goose status, maybe Remo's gonna take you back then. Patreon.com/back to Warcraft. 6 different tiers, 6 different levels of support. Tomato, Theorycraft, Coach from €2 to 500 a month. This is a little bit of a meme one, but if you want to get it, go for it. We have a podcast, we have a supporter community in our Discord. We talk with you about music and movies and everything in the entertainment industry. Q&As, replay analysis, coaching, chat badges, shoutouts. We got so much. And speaking of shoutouts, I think we got to do that now.
Shoutouts?
For the Patreon guys, for our highest tier.
True.
Yeah. That's a new thing. I have to remember. For our Midas guys, thank you, Toxie. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, Nem. And thank you, Scription. Those are the 4 amazing Midases that help us so much to keep the engine, the Back to Warcraft engine running and put more coals into it. For example, the Bidu and Carson coal. Was a cool day, was a cool weekend, was a cool week. Can't wait for the ESL Cups tomorrow when we will be casting more Asian Warcraft at noon and more European Warcraft at 6 p.m. Not even sure if Remo's gonna be there or if he's taking a break.
I'm gonna take a day off.
You're gonna take a day off. Okay, we're leaving already. Peace.